Hello, I am Stephanie Joy, the attorney at All Things Social Security and Joy Disability Law. Your video is about to start. I just wanted to remind you that if you click the join button below, you can learn more about the memberships offered at a very affordable price that can give you a little more direct attorney answers to your questions. Have a great day and enjoy the video. Hello. All right. This is a response to somebody who asked the question, concerns retirement benefits. Namely, I would say the question of survivor benefits when one half of a couple passes away. And it's a really great question because I've seen this confusion before, and I've seen the remaining half of the couple really lose everything, lose home, can't afford it. So think of it this way, like in the situation where let's say there's a one half of the couple gets like a $2,200 retirement amount each month. The spouse is getting, say, $2,400 a month. Together, they're making 46, bringing in $4,600 a month, more than enough to pay their reasonable mortgage, and basic survival. They're not super loaded, but you can certainly get by on, over $50,000 a year if you're not living in, the most expensive places in the United States. So what happens when one passes? The question was, can the other one get widow or widower benefits? The answer is generally yes. They can get widow or widower benefit based on the deceased spouse's work record, but that would only happen if that benefit was higher than their own. And you do not get it in addition to your own. You give up your own, your smaller amount, to take the larger amount as a widower benefit. So in essence, if particularly, no matter what, you're losing household income, substantial household income. In the example I just gave you, it would be a 50% cut if that's all they have, if they're living on their Social Security, and that was the $4,600 a month. That was for two people. When one passes, you don't get two people's benefit. You get one benefit. So that remaining spouse would have to live on, say, $2,400 a month from Social Security. And again, is that their only income or not? Who knows? They might have a retirement plan to the contrary. But it wipes people out that don't realize this or don't do anything about it while they can. I really urge, and I say this for myself, I'm not that far from retirement, which is weird, but there's got to be a plan B, whether it is downsizing enough where you don't really need that second income. Maybe you guys can sock it away, then you can use some of it, maybe save some of it. I don't know the answer. I think a financial advisor that's kind of in tune to that would be the one to speak to, and hopefully not one that's going to try to charge you an arm and a leg to tell you what to do. There's got to be a basic advice plan, and I bet you there are shares out there by perhaps people such as Dave Ramsey or somebody who really know their stuff, who can give advice to older folks who are already receiving retirement as to what to do. I think I saw a YouTube video where the title is, "I'm 71 and I have no retirement. What do I do?" And it was Dave Ramsey, and I love Dave Ramsey. So I haven't watched it, but I think I'm going to now that we're talking about this. So for the person who asked the question about the survivor benefit, the widower's benefit, yeah, you can get it, but you got to give up your own. Obviously, the higher earning one isn't going to need it at all. It would have no effect. And the lower income spouse would switch over and make that extra 200, or it could be the lower income spouse is only bringing in 800 and the higher income spouse is bringing in 3,400. The 800 spouse, if he or she survives the other one, is going to then give up their own benefit of 800 to take a widow's benefit amount or widower. Obviously the opposite isn't going to happen. And in that case, the person's 800, I'm sure it's still going to be painful, but not nearly as painful as a 50-50 loss. That's crazy. Some people, I don't know, get like a life insurance policy, annuity. I don't know. You got to speak to a professional on those. But another alternative sometimes I hear of is the house they live in, if they sell it and save buy something much smaller and less expensive that's suitable for one or two people, and then the extra realization from the sale can go into a secure investment account and grow monies, not for them to blow right now necessarily, unless that's what they want to do. You live once. Some people, go by that theory, like use it now because whatever. Or some might take a more conservative approach and save it so that the person who's remaining and has their income potentially cut in half, depending on the situation. Everybody's different with their different past work histories and what that provided them for Social Security. But it is a big thing. I wish everybody knew. You're not going to get your spouse's work record benefit in addition to the one you're collecting on your own. Never in addition. It could be instead of. All right. Which was better. I'll try to see if I think I have some other stuff about survivor benefits when we're seniors, and it might explain a little more. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye. Hey guys, I was discussing elsewhere about a video I had bumped into but had not watched by Dave Ramsey, and it was a caller calling in who was 71 years old, one half of a couple, and her issue was, I'm 71 with no retirement, what do we do? I brought it up in conversation when I was speaking about the fact of couples retirement with Social Security disability, in that when one passes, the other one loses that person's, or the lesser of the two of the benefits. You don't get to keep the benefit of your both of you when there's only one of you. So you would either keep your own, or if your spouse's was a greater amount, you would flip over to the spousal benefit. The survivor benefit from your spouse. Okay. And so it's like, it can be a splitting in half of your Social Security retirement income. And if that's all you're able to live on, that's a huge, 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 horrible thing. Anyway, so that had reminded me of this. Oh my gosh, having 71 with no retirement. Well, I don't know if that's where I'm going to be when I'm 71, but I'm trying to pay attention and make sure that's not the case. So, and because I know that half of if I'm older and the only income I have, let's say I'm not working anymore, my spouse isn't working, and we're living on Social Security retirement, depending on how well we do with other retirement investments, we will be up the creek without a paddle. And you know whose creek I'm talking about. So, so with this particular episode of Dave Ramsey, which I'm going to attach in a button, it's going to be right up here as soon as I shut my pie hole here. And you can see, and it's interesting because he really lays it out, like what people have to do aside from he doesn't even get into the fact that, I don't think, that if one of them passes, half of their income from Social Security is going to be gone, potentially about half. It sounds like it's about half for them, and then it would be really, really bad. So it's really something to pay attention to if you're heading towards retirement as a couple. It's a rude awakening when it happens. But anyway, take a listen to what Mr. Ramsey has to say. He's always pretty spot on. I'll talk to you later. Bye.